So the word Purush means God. Littéralement in Hindi, Purush means man, right? Literally. But in this sense here, Purush say God, the supreme one, okay, the formless one. And the sukta means the section, right? The Purusha Sukta is part of the Rig Veda. And it is a section which talks about the Purush, talks about God, okay, and creation as well. Il y a trois choses importantes in the Purusha Sukta, okay. It deals with the concept of Purush, ça veut dire the supreme being, the qualities, attributes of the supreme, the reason for creation, and the process of creation. These are the three contents of the Purusha Sukta. No, of course, we will see the organization of the society in it, which is a major part from the Purusha Sukta, right? Now, if you see the word Purush, Purush comes from the word Pur, P-R-U, right? It comes from the word Pur. Pur normally means a village, ou bien the world, ou bien a city. Okay. Now, there is another derivation also. The Purush word comes from the word Prin. Prin means to fill in. Okay. Donc, il y a deux choses là. Purush meaning Prin, meaning to fill in. That is, God fills the universe. Ça veut dire, il partout, il omnipresent. Okay, he resides everywhere. And the word Purush may also relate to city ou bien the world or the universe, right? So from the word itself, we can understand that he is the creator, okay? And he lives in it, in the world which he has created, right? Donc, this is about the derivation of the word Purush. I will send you this PowerPoint also. I used it for upper 6, so you can go through it. It will be the same thing of it, right? Donc, according to Purusha Sukta, Purush resides in the hearts of all beings. The Purush, there is no actually place. Tu les temps dit là, right? Là, God is somewhere up in the sky or so. But actually, where is God? Where is Purush? Purush is everywhere, especially in the hearts of people, of all beings, Pluto, right? The first verse of that Purusha Sukta says that the Supreme Being has countless number of heads, eyes, legs. Okay, ça veut dire tout ce pas limbs qui est dans sur les corps, les countless number. In there are thousands of heads, right? Interpretations comes up. Donc the point is he has countless number of heads. Now imagine someone having countless number of heads, of eyes, of legs. How great that someone will be. How powerful that someone will be, having countless number of legs, of heads, and so on, right? So the Purush is like that, having the countless number of heads of all. I'm just showing you here the verse. Sausi, I will send you. These are the verses in Sanskrit and the translation here in English, right? So as from here, commencement jusqu'à ici, right? From the beginning till here, this is called peace invocation. Okay, in every Sanskrit literature, the beginning there is peace invocation. What is said in the peace invocation? May the world, the nature, human beings, animals all be well for their welfare, etc. These are things that we get in the peace invocation. After peace invocation, Leila nous begin premier verse. So this is the first verse of the Purusha Sukta. The omnipresent one has countless heads, eyes, limbs. He stands in all his majesty, pervading the entire universe and extends by 10 inches. Police 10 inches is too greater. Nous 10 inches est bien petit, right? So what I wanted to show you here is the different verses. I will send you this also. You can read the English translation as well. Okay. So I come back to this one. So we were saying that the Supreme One, in the Purusha Sukta, it has been said that the Supreme One has countless of legs, of limbs, of heads, etc. This shows, as I told you, the greatness, the power of the Purush, right? And not only envelopes the universe, that is, Tatibuta of it, déchiré un petit peu in my notes, right? Sorry for that. Donc, Kiliper will dire ici exactly that he has these countless number of things and he lives in the universe and he envelopes the universe as well. That is, he is in the universe. What we know as the universe is above that also. He is everywhere, right? In the universe, whatever exists in the present, existed in the past, will exist in the future, is pervaded by the Supreme One, right? God, Brahman, Purush existed before, he exists now, and he will continue to exist, right? And whenever there will be creation, whatever things will be created, the Lord, the Purush, the Supreme One, will always pervade everywhere. Tous les temps, il pourrait ça dans, right? He is the master of immortality. He is the master of all forms of life on earth. You know, quelquefois, on dit, nous la vie ça, nous devons faire ce qui nous envie, nous la case ça, nous la maison ça, so I can do anything, no one can tell me this or that. But in fact, est-ce que vraiment tout ça c'est pour nous? Ça la vie, what you are saying, mo la vie ça, etc. This life is not ours. It has been given to us by the Purush. The body that we have is not ours. It has been given to us by the Purush. Whatever we possess today, we worked hard to possess a house, to do this and that, material things. I could buy a car, I could do this and that. I can say, okay, moi qui faire ça. But if there would not have been the willingness of the Purush of God, you call it the blessings of God, you call it the soul in you, whatever name you give to that. Si pas à ça, est-ce qu'il nous est capable acquire all these things? No, that won't be possible. That's why we say he is the master of everything, right? The creation of this universe shows the greatness of the Supreme, who is the only supreme reality. There is only one reality on earth, means in this universe, and this is Purush only. Apart Purush, no one is real. Maybe I told you that the difference between real and unreal. Quand nous disons exactly real, philosophically speaking, exactly real, ça veut dire exactly éternel. But when something is unreal, in philosophy, we say, exactly unreal veut dire l'indestructible. For example, le monde, the world, indestructible. So it is unreal. But the Purush, the Atma that we have in us, the real, the eternal, right? There is no end to his superiority. God is so superior, there's no end to that, okay? And the imaginative faculty of man is not able to understand his glory. No, imaginative faculty, our mind is so petty, P-E-T-T-Y, is so petty that it's so small, right? We won't be able to understand God, his glory, what he is, qu'il est vraiment été. This manifested universe exemplifies only 1/4 of his tremendous energy. When we talk about the universe, ce qui vient dans la tête, c'est quoi? Planet Earth, all the planets, the moon, the sun, the galaxies, etc. Okay. But these are only 1/4 of his tremendous energy, what we talk about. Ça veut dire qu'il y a 3/4 énergie encore, right? And that cannot be identified. That 3/4 energy of God, of the Supreme. What we know as the universe is very limited. So far, we have come to know there's a moon, there's a sun. In a certain galaxies, we have so and so planets. But as per the Purusha Sukta, there are many, many more things apart from what we know right now. What we know is only 1/4. The 3/4 is abstract. We don't know it really right now. We means people, okay, the civilization, we don't know it, okay. So he is Sat Chit Anand, his existence, right? His consciousness, and he is himself bliss. He is Sat Chit Anand. The dynamic universe is the result of his intense tapas. Last time when we did Nasadya Sukta, in the Nasadya Sukta also it has been said that for God to do creation, he had to do sacrifice. He had to do tapas. The pareil comme if we need to have something, we can't just sit and say, oh, give me that. I need to work for it. So even God, to make his own world, to make his own creation, he had to do tapas. Tapas with a sacrifice, right? So it's something to be applied also in human life. We need to sacrifice things at times. Let's say you want to succeed in your exams. There are many things you are going to sacrifice. Let's say a certain kind of entertainment also, right? So when we need something, we need to work for it. So God also had to work for that creation to be in existence. In the hymns relating to the Purush, the Supreme Being is described as Vishwakarma. The Purusha Sukta dit que God has been described as Vishwakarma. Vishwakarma actually is the god of architecture. He is the architect of the universe. Au fait, c'est pas différent ça. Hein? Pareil, comment nous dire, in a Ganesh, in a Durga, Krishna, est-ce que they are many gods? No, they are only one god, right? They are only one god, but in different forms having different names, right? Donc, the supreme one is described as Vishwakarma, that is the architect of the universe. First of all, he created the oceans, that is, he created water. Dans beaucoup de suktas, you will see, well, if we study more suktas in our syllabus, we have only 3. In other philosophies as well, you will see the first product of creation varies. Okay. Ina Jeolin create fire avant, Ina Jeolin create the 5 elements and Silkut, right? But here, as per the Purusha Sukta, it tells us he created the oceans first. The ocean, that is water. Thereafter, solid land. He created the land, the earth. The supreme sculptor of the universe chiseled the planetary system, l'incré planet. Then mortal man takes birth according to the good or sinful deeds he performed in the past. Sa phrase dit nous beaucoup de choses là, right? This sentence. That is, he created the water, he created land, he created the planetary system, and he created man. Fine, he created man. But all according to the good or sinful deeds in the past. That is, we need to understand something here. Creation, it can happen only once. Creation did not happen only once. It came creation, destruction, creation, destruction, creation, destruction. It keeps on going like that, right? So we have to understand something here. C'est pas la première création qui bon Dieu faire, right? Creation and destruction has happened so many times like this. So he creates, he destroys, he will create again, he will send the souls again to the earth, he will destroy, right? It keeps on going like that. That's why last time I said in the Nasadya Sukta, there was the word Ko-Veda. Ko-Veda meaning who knows when the creation started, when it ended, how it happened. No one knows that. The creation of the universe is regarded as a colossal cosmic yajna. Yajna is sacrifice. You get le mot la sacrifice. Performed by the Purusha. In this yajna, clarified butter symbolizes spring, wood chips summer, and corn autumn. That is, he created the seasons out of sacrifice. He created the seasons and saison. That is autumn, summer, spring. The function of the Supreme Being is to create, to sustain, and to dissolve. What is the duty of the Supreme? To do creation, to preserve, and to dissolve, to destroy, right? The Supreme Being uses only a kind of, and all kinds of sufferings and unhappiness come. But again, that part is actually in déchiré, right? So the function is of the Supreme Being, pas seulement to create, but to sustain and to destroy. And as we said, he uses only 1/4 of his tremendous energy to do the creation of everything, whether it is animate objects or inanimate objects, right? He created everything. This dynamic universe is created with Prakriti, primordial matter, which is composed of atoms. Maintenant, in the various philosophies, it is said that Purush, God, what we know as God ou bien Brahman, Purush, quand il fait création, he has to mingle with Prakriti. Prakriti is what is called the primordial matter, ou bien il appelle nature. Okay, on appelle matter ou bien nature. Like comme si Purush being the male energy and Prakriti being the female energy. And then they mingle together, there is creation, right? So after the evolution of the universe, souls manifested themselves in the form of living being, and life came into existence. That is, God is sending the souls on earth. Okay, he sends the soul in various forms, right? Some will take the form of animals, of plants, etc. Donc, there will be life such as vegetation, grain, flowers, fruit, and all. And don't forget, our soul has been through all these bodies. Nutiban come see grain, nutiban flowers, fruit someday. I mean, at time, maybe. Then we came into ban plicran, ban herb, to start like mango tree. Then we entered the animal kingdom, and no animal, you have those living under the soil, like the earthworms on the soil, the sea animals. To start, our soul has been through all these bodies, then finally coming to the human body, right? So c'est ça qui nous dit aussi que we don't know actually when the creation happened, right? Initially, how, when it happened. Ko Veda. You can use that in your answer. Ko Veda, who knows, right? In the course of the cosmic sacrifice performed by the Supreme Being, 3 categories of animal life came into being. So animal life also in a Tusuban category, those in the air, those living in the forest, those who are domestic animals, right? Those who have 2 sets of upper teeth and lower, such as horses, donkeys, ça veut dire ils viennent par une catégorie. They are created. Due to his superior intellect, man is regarded as the best creation of the Supreme Being. 8.4 millions d'espèces la vie, nous disons, mais non, right? So the soul has been through all this, then finally the human body, and the human liena intellect. Not women, sorry. Human has intellect. Human has the wisdom to discriminate what is right, what is wrong. Par contre, an animal, no, the mind, of course, mais and power of discrimination to know what is right to do or what is wrong. Only human being has that. And then in the course of creation, we got the Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samveda, Tharvaveda. Ça aussi, c'est une création de Dieu, the Vedas. The knowledge of the Vedas was given to man with a view to enlightening his path. Qui fait nous un Veda, bien sûr, to get moksha, to enlighten our path, to make us live our life correctly, rightly, in a good way. And also he created the ascetics, he created the hermits, the sages, and they are those persons who gave us the knowledge of the Veda, right? As I said earlier, God gave the message to the Veda, to the sages, and then the sages imparted those messages to us, right? Now, God has, when he did creation, he has organized the human society, okay? Our society, he organized that to set a discipline so that the society can function properly. Here it is said that God has created, Purush has created the 4 castes, ou bien the 4 varna, which are Premièrement, the Brahman. The 4 classes were classified as follows. Ça veut dire nous créons d'après nos capabilities of doing something. Not everyone can be a teacher. Not everyone can be an accountant. Second, in a certain qualities, certain talents, certain capabilities. So God created us in that way. But unfortunately, quand dans Purusha Sukta India qui bon Dieu incrée 4 castes here, these things has been misinterpreted in today's world. C'est pour ça nowadays that we have that problem of superiority in the society and inferiority. Si moi un travail, que moi bien éduqué, I know ça veut dire I'm superior, and if I'm uneducated, I do a kind of job like laborer, etc., I'll be called inferior. This is what is happening in our society or in the Indian society, right? So, but when God created us, all of us, he emanated everything from him. It is said that from the head of the Purush came the Brahman. From the head, from the mouth of the Purush came the Brahman. Brahmans, sages, teachers, etc. Those who are related to the intellect, to knowledge, right? The Brahman class were born to be teachers, instructors of mankind. They were to devote themselves to conserve the ancient ideals, rituals, and translate the actual truth into practice. Their duty was that to educate people about the Vedas, about spirituality, and to help people. So the Brahmins were born out of the head ou bien the mouth of the creator. Then you get the Kshatriya. The Kshatriya, they were born from the arms of the Purush. And what is the when we say arms represent the strength, right? So what are the duties of the Kshatriya? So to protect people. They are supposed to be physically strong people, enough strong to protect us, to lead us in a proper way, okay? Then you have the Vaishya. The Vaishya is said to have been born from the thighs of the Purush. At times, dans certains livres, on trouve dans place thighs in a belly. Donc, from the belly ou bien from the thighs, sur les pieds là, of the Purush. And what do the Vaishya do? They are actually those people who arrange for the production and distribution of wealth. It can be in terms of farming, agriculture, trade, industries, business. Ça, c'est ben Vaishya, the travail. Then we have the 4th class, the Shudra. The Shudra, they are born from the feet of the Purush, right? Now you see that in India, Brahman comes from the mouth, Kshatriya comes from the arms, the Vaishya come from the thighs, via the belly, and the Shudra come from the feet of the Purush. We come from one Purush, from one God. Second one being from different gods, only one God. And we are talking about different limbs, from the mouth, from the arms, from the thighs, from the feet of God. Miktusala, the mouth, the thighs, the belly, the feet, Tusala, the fair God. So what is the interpretation today is that since the Shudra has come from the feet of the Purush, they should be considered inferior. You know, beaucoup scholars qui font ça, they say that, they believe in that, the Shudras should be those who are considered to be inferior in the society. Mais c'est pas la réalité. We are all the same. We all have come from the same Brahman, from the same Purush. Now, if God did not create the four classes, ou bien the four castes, now the Brahman, the Kshatriya, the Vaishya, and the Shudra, what would have happened if God created everyone as Brahman? No two Brahman here. No two teachers, sages. Will the world function? The Brahman will need food. For the en labourer, y aller, li planter, li travail, we will get food. The Vaishya, lui, s'il n'est pas fait business, import, export, could nous lunch, right? So we are all interdependent. This is another message. God, the Purush, created the whole universe, created mankind, created this society of mankind. His aim was to keep all of us united. But as you know, it's not the case today. We are almost no more united, right? Bon, ça part là, c'est whatever I have explained to you, right? So the Purusha Sukta also mentions the ultimate aim of life. Our aim of life any day, at any stage of life can be different. A student wants to pass the exams, a householder wants to own a car, wants to get lots of money, etc. No two men a certain aim of life like this, but the ultimate aim of life is to conquer death. To conquer death means to get liberation. That is the very aim of life, of people, of man. Okay. And the Purusha Sukta says this is not possible. We can't get moksha, we can't get liberation without the realization of the Supreme Being. We need to realize the Supreme Being. Can't you realize the Supreme Being? Acknowledge the Supreme Being is here. Acknowledge he is the master of the creation. We are not the masters. We should not develop ego. This is my house. This is my thing. No. We should not be arrogant parce que tout c'est pour lui. And everything, whatever we possess today, tomorrow, it will be for someone else. And next day, it will be for another person. And finally, everything will be destroyed. Being omnipotent, the supreme entity transcends death. God is beyond death. God does not take birth. He doesn't die. He doesn't grow old. He's not affected by time. He is dazzling, brilliant. He is a light. Enadimon refused to accept God as being in a form of a person, like God taking incarnation, like Vishnu, etc. But fine, but at least people believe God exists, right? And it's like God is a divine power. God actually est formless. Mais nous nous donnons différentes formes. Nous sommes capables de prier facilement, right? But he is a divine light, a divine power. I'll say a dazzlingly brilliant light. Man conquers his fear of death by uniting his soul with the Supreme Soul. What do we do? How to reach that? Moksha, liberation. C'est the soul qui vient dans la terre, c'est-à-dire nous tournons une soul, nous réamener to the supreme origin, to the supreme soul. This will be moksha. Only then does the cycle of birth and death come to an end. All suffering comes to an end. Nous arrête de souffrir, nous finit merge with the Supreme One, right? The hymns of the Purusha Sukta emphasize on the unswerving devotion to Prajapati. Prajapati, limem Purush. Prajapati means actually the supreme entity, or the creator, right? So he is himself the Purush. He is the Lord of the earth, of water, of everything. Parce qu'il est même, il crée tout ça là. Man realizes liberation only by understanding and experiencing the existence of Purush. Faudrait nous capable experience the existence of Purush that we can reach ou bien get moksha. Realizing the power of Purush, the devotee pray, O Supreme Being, inspire me, guide me to attain moksha. May I progress in every respect in the universe, and may I always be blessed with the nectar of love. This is what we ask from God, the prayers that we make from God. These are the last verses of the Purusha Sukta, where we are asking God, give us that strength ki nous capable progress in life, that we can love everyone, we can be kind, we can be good, we can follow his teachings, right? So these are, can you please rejoin? It will disconnect, then I continue.